So PGQ and somatotype. So PGQ and somatotype. So this is the last concept. So PGQ and somatotyping. So here, so this also called as a anthropometry. So this is further also called as a anthropometry. So anthropometry. So PGQ means the shape and the size of the body. So shape and size of the body. So somatotyping also same. So classification of the human bodies. Okay. So we know various growth stages. So growth stages after reaching the adulthood. After reaching the adulthood, we don't see any changes in the further growth or shape wise as well as the size wise. That means shape and size starts to cease after reaching the adulthood. But in infancy, childhood, okay, adolescent years, we will observe the certain growth. Okay. So here generally anthropometry means measurements. So measurements. So we have from skull region to leg and feet. Okay. So skull to feet. So every body part can be measured. Understand? So not only total body height and weight. So total body height and weight. So each bone. So if you take the leg, arm length, leg length, pelvic length, circumference of the skull region, shoulder length. So these measurements are generally done by the anthropologist. So the gathering are these kind of data, analyzed data, useful for various industries. So various industries. So just you can imagine in textile industries. So that means generally by taking the total height and weight after, no, most of the time. So adolescent. So initially it has been started classifying human beings into various groups based on the similarity in their shape and sizes. But later developed into application point of view. So these measurements, not only total body height and weight, so each body part measurements has so much of, industrial application. So textile industry, okay, helmet industries, so automobile industries. That means, so anthropometry is measuring the various body parts. So from which they classify the people into smaller, medium, large, extra large. So directly we will go to the helmet showroom and he will give us a ready-made helmet made for, it is suitable for us. That means it is classifying human beings into small body sized people, medium body sized people, okay, so large or extra large. So this is how we are all fall under any one of the category. So age wise, so under 5 years, if we go to the any showroom or shopping mall, if we do shopping on the clothes, we will observe different age group people. So different age group people, so they have height and weight variations. Okay, so within the 5 years children, both boys and girls, within the 5 years we can observe thin people are there, thick people are there, somewhat taller people, short people, all type of people clothing we can get under the 5 years age. For 5 years age people, boys different parameters are there, girls different parameters are there. Within the boys they classify as a linear thin. Okay, so somewhat bulky in nature, somewhat medium in nature. So this is how by classifying the human beings that can be applied in multiple industries, in defense sector, textile industry, this kind of helmet industry, automobile industry. So if any person, if you take automobile per se, car seating is suitable for a minimum short people to maximum stature people. So maximum stature people. That means even though people are differ stature wise, but by classifying the minimum stature is this much. For suppose Indians, among the Indians, minimum stature is per se 140 centimeters. And maximum stature is like 190 centimeters. They made that kind of car seating suitable for, it is for shorter people as well as the longer people. And majority people fall under this category. So by fixing the seat is suitable for minimum and maximum values, anybody can fit into that. So this is how it started as, initially it started as classifying the people on the basis of their shape and size, that we called as a physique, or we called as a somatotyping, or taking the various body measurements, like each bone, each kind of body area, like skull region, shoulder region. That means every body part we can take, that is anthropometry. Every body part. But physique and somatotype, generally they follow the classification on the basis of shape and size. So by going this shape and size, human beings are classified into various categories. This classification is done by the various anthropologists also. So various anthropologists, they brought the classification of human beings on the basis of anthropometric. Anthropometric means taking the measurements in centimeters, okay, kgs. So this is the measurements. So like if you go to the skull, so our brain region, cc, cubic centimeters. Okay, brain has the height, weight, volume. So these three parameters they gather. Shoulders have length, breadth, okay, width. These parameters they can take. So that means human beings, shoulders are minimum this value, maximum this value. That means any kind of clothing they made in between this value only. So for suppose minimum value, if they made any clothing less than this minimum value, it is not suitable for human beings. So this is how various industries employ this anthropometric measurements. But our work is like, whoever did this classification of the physique and somatotyping. That means whoever did the classification of human beings into various physique and somatotyping. Here I am giving the list of the people. So Viola classification. So Viola method of classifying human physique and somatotype. So second one is customer classification. So Christmas classification of human physique and somatotyping. And third one is Sheldon classification. Sheldon classifications of human physique and somatotyping. And the fourth one you can see Heath and Cater method. So these are all the four methods of classifying. There is one more, but these are all important for the exam. So first of all, physique and somatotype means classification of human beings into classification of human beings on the basis of their shape, body, size, and height. Body, size, and height. So sometimes they take the abdomen length, okay, digestive organs length, so leg length, arm length. So individual organ also they will brought out to classify the human beings. Understand? So this is how human physique and somatotype classification done. So Viola method. So this Viola method, he did classification of the human beings into three groups. So Viola method. So directly they ask like Viola method of classifying human somatotypes. So in Viola method, you can see long E type is there. So long E type. So second one is Brachy type. So Brachy type. And third one is normie type. Normie type. And fourth one is mixed type. Mixed type. So what are all the bodily parameters used to classify the human beings? So bodily parameters are sternum. So sternum, thorax, abdomen, arms, legs. So pelvic region. So these are all. Sternum means it is the breastbone. So sternum is breastbone. Okay, here it comes. Thorax region means long, a tube. Okay, abdomen. So abdomen. So it has the abdomen. Okay, arms and legs, pelvic region. So this is the bodily parameters used by the viola to classify the longi type. So longi type means the persons are generally taller. So taller persons. The body also digestive, predominantly digestive kind of thing. Digestive means so more abdominal region when compared to shoulder region, thorax region. So that kind of person is classified as a longi type. So brachy type means his overall stature is less. Okay, normie type means in between these two categories. So mixed person means so some of the arms are longer, but legs are shorter. So here arms and legs both are longer. That's why too much of tall is there. Here arms and legs are both are shorter. That's why shortness is there. So overall stature. Here both are intermediate. That's why normal type. So if mixed type person, if you take that person, some of the regions are longy type, some of the regions are short type, some of the regions are normal type. So these kind of persons he classified as a mixed persons. So these are all the bodily measurements he applied. So by taking these measurements, he classified human beings into, so a person might be fall under longy type, brachy type, or normie type, or mixed type. Understand? So if you observe this longy type, so long limbs. So long limbs. Okay. So large thorax. So the person has long limbs, long thorax. So brachy type. So massive, robustus. So massive and robustus. So it is exactly opposite of the longy type, opposite of the longy type. So opposite of the longy type. So short limbs. Okay, short thorax. Short limbs. Short thorax. So short limbs and short thorax. So this is the brachy type. If you go to the normal type, so ye fall under in between. So in between longy and brachy. So longy type and brachy type. So mixed one. Different bodily organs fall under different category. Different bodily organs fall under different categories. So some abdomen might be a brachy type, or legs might be a longy type, or some kind of skull region. These are all comes under normie type. So that means there is no particular parameters. If a person has multiple parameters, that we can call as a mixed type. So longy type means basically long limbs, large thorax when compared to abdomen. Okay, so massive and robustness, that is short limbs and short thorax when compared to abdomen. So normie type in between, that's long and brachy type. So in between means long limbs means it must have value. So beyond this value, that limbs considered as a long. Understand? Beyond some value, that thorax we call as a large thorax. So that's why it called as a anthropometric measurements. So anthropometric. So metric means he has used some kind of scales to calculate the length of the limbs, length of the thorax, length of the abdomen, upper abdomen, lower abdomen. Okay, so he calculated different bodily organs from which he framed that human beings has been classified as long type, brachy type, normy type, mixed type. So, but what are all the criticism here? Okay, so what are all the criticism here? So criticism generally here is nothing but, so I will introduce one important concept. So if you go to the blood groups, you can take any person. So humans have 4 blood groups: A blood group, B blood group, AB blood group, and O blood group. So if you take any person, so he fall under any one of the category. Okay, he fall under any one of the category. Understand? So some days he has a blood group, under some other days he has a B blood group. It is never possible. Okay, lifelong, since the birth, whatever the blood group is there, till his death, the same blood group is present. Understand? So if you take the height wise, for suppose, if you classified human beings as 120 centimeters people, okay, 140 centimeters people, or 160 centimeters people, or 190 centimeters people. So can we take any person? So if he fall 120 centimeters, okay, 140 centimeters, 160, 190 centimeters. So if there is a person, he has, so this is one category. Okay, if there is a person, he has 121 centimeters. So where do we put this person? If I classified human beings based on the height and weight, so human beings are either 120 centimeters height, or 140 centimeters height, or 160 centimeters height, 190 centimeters height. This is how, if I fixed like a height into fixed in manner. So if a person coming to being 121 centimeters, so another person is 120 centimeters, another person is 123 centimeters. That means from 120 centimeters to, we will get the people up to 190. Where do we place all these people? Understand? So we have to place in between these two categories. And if there are persons like 141, 142, 159, 160, they are comes under here. So from here 161 to 162, 163 up to 189 and 190. That means the people are available from this end to this end. In this case, we cannot put a people under in one end or other end. So this we call as a continuous strides. So continuous strides. So that means human physique varies in a height wise, minimum value to maximum value. We can get all type of people, but blood group wise, either you get A, B, or AB or O, but not in between that. So this we call as a discontinuous strides. So discontinuous strides. So if you take a height, weight also, so there might be a 49 kgs people are present, 50 kgs people are present, 51 people, 52 people, up to 120 kgs also present human beings. So we cannot categorize people like 49 kgs, 52 kgs, 120 kgs, because from minimum value to maximum value, we can find all type of somatotypes, all type of physique people. So these traits we call as continuous traits. But what did Viola done means, you can see here, Viola classified human beings as 4 discontinuous traits. A person can be put under a longy type, or brachy type, normy type, or mixed type. If a person has in between these two values, where do we place it? Can we place in longy type? Can we place in brachy type? It is not possible. That means human variations are unlimited. We cannot categorize human beings into a fixed number of categories. So our height and weight, okay, if I take that arm length in human being has minimum value, through which a maximum value also occurs among the human being. In between, all type of arm length is possible. So abdomen length also, minimum value, maximum value. So this is how he took the some parameters, some bodily organs, by using that bodily organs, he categorized human beings into a discontinuous category. In reality, the human physique and somatotype should not be a discontinuous category, it is continuous category. There might be n number of variations. So there might be n number of variations. All these variations are not considered by Viola classification. Understand? So this is the major criticism. So this is the major criticism. So it is not that much easy, like classifying human beings, just similar to that of blood groups. Classifying human beings on the basis of height and weight, it is not possible. Or any kind of measurement. We will get minimum value, maximum value. In between, many diversities are there, many variations are there. All those people not covered under these 4 categories. So this is the, one of the major criticism. So next one, so Krishmer method. So Christopher method of classification of human beings or human physique and somatotypes. So human physique and somatotype. So he did the same kind of. So earlier person was German physicist. So German, Italian physician. This person is German physician. So Viola was a Italian physician. So Christopher was a German physician. So he attempted classifying the human beings, but he did the same kind of mistake by following the 4 discontinuous categories. First one is picnic. The second one is athletic. And the fourth one is aesthetic. And the fourth one is dysplastic. So he also criticized on the same ground. But so the minor difference is there. So we had seen that Viola classification of human physique and somatotype is based on the measurements. So measurements. So he took the measurement of total body height and weight, leg length, arm length, thorax length, okay, abdomen length. So these are all the bodily parameters. From that parameters, he classified longitype, brachytype, normitype, and mixed type. Okay, but this person, Christopher, he classified the human physique and somatotypes on the basis of photographs. On the basis of photographs that we call as a anthroposcopic. So anthroposcopic, that means through visualization from our eyes. So visualization of our eyes. So from our eyes, we can see human beings into a fatty person, a thin person, a muscled body person. Understand? So this is how, just with our naked eye, he classified human beings by taking the photographs. By taking the photographs, carefully analyzing these photographs, he classified human beings into 4 categories: picnic, athletic, and aesthetic. So athletic means you can imagine a football player. So they do generally physical activity like exercise every day. Understand? They have broad shoulder because in running they have to breathe heavily. Understand? So chest region is more, shoulders are broad. Understand? Hip region is very less. So the fat is less stored in the hip region. So these kind of body we call as a athletic body somatotype, athletic body physique. So picnic is, it's like, abdomen is more. Okay, abdomen is more. Aesthetic is linear and thin person. Okay, so this is how various photographs he observed and he classified. So picnic was a broad, okay, broad, round and fatty. So round and fatty. and star D stocky. So star D and stocky. So all organs are very close to each other. Okay, short stature, more abdomen. Okay, all the appendices are attached to each other very close. That's why broad, round and fatty, stardy and stocky. That kind of photographs he classified as a picnic persons. So athletic persons you can see. So heavily muscled. So heavily muscled. And next one, large thorax. So large thorax. So large thorax and shoulders. Shoulders also large. Large thorax and shoulders and narrow hips. So narrow hips. So those photographs which have muscle body, large thorax and shoulders and narrow hips, he classified that persons as a athletic person. And asthenic is, it is okay, very fat is less. So these two categories, not the persons not belongs to these two category, he classified as a asthenic. So asthenic was long, linear and thin. So these kind of persons he classified as a asthenic category. And dysplastic means, so some of the body organs are like broad, okay, narrow hips, okay, thin body. These kind of categories dysplastic. That means it is not the it is combination of all these factors are present in single person. That is dysplastic. We cannot define a properly. He has different type people organs are present in a single person, that we call as a dysplastic. So dysplastic are generally, so those people have mixed characteristics. So mixed characteristics of, so picnic, athletic, asthenic. In a single body, if all these characteristics are found, that we call as a dysplastic person. So what are all general criticisms? So general criticism, one is, it is not the basis of anthropometry. Okay, so he only observed the photographs, that is anthroposcopic, through which he classified. So that means it has no scientific validity. So no proper measurements. So no proper measurements of various bodily organs, various bodily parts. Okay, so the second thing is, so fixed number of fixed classification, fixed somatotypes. So fixed somatotypes are classified as a discontinuous traits. So discontinuous. So that means humans physical and somatotypes are maybe more in number, unlimited in number. Fixing those into 4 is not acceptable, because so the total, if we take all the people photographs, a minor variations are present. That minor variations are caused by, because they are a continuous traits. Understand? So that like generalizing the people is not acceptable for the scientific community. We should have a method which cover all variations of the human beings. Okay, these people are randomly, haphazardly classified human beings into 4 categories. Understand? So that is not acceptable. So this is the Christopher classification. He was a German physician, and Weyler's classification. So in the examiner, very least they ask these things. So very least they ask these things, because it is very straight, only 4 classifications and directly appropriate characteristic they define, and it is mostly rejected classification. And the third one, Sheldon classification come into being, which tried to rectify as human beings are not belongs to only 3 categories. There are more variations are there. So he tried to incorporate the more variations rather than fixing human being into 2-3 categories or 4 categories. So that's why it is important. Sheldon important. So Sheldon classification. So Sheldon classification. So basically it is on the basis of a scale. So that scale has 3 indices. So 3 indices are there. So 3 indices. So he classified general category of the human beings are, so endomorphy, okay, mesomorphy, so endomorphy, mesomorphy, and ectomorphy. So ectomorphy. So these are nothing but he took these names from the embryo stage of a fertilized egg. In embryo stage, it has 3 layers. So outer layer is nothing but ectoderm. Okay. So mesoderm and endoderm. So inner one is called endoderm, mesoderm. Okay. Outer one is called ectoderm. So the same embryological layers names he took and he classified the human beings into 3 categories. So endomorphy, mesomorphy means appearance. So ectomorphy. And we know that the inner layer formed into digestive organs. Okay. Outer layer is formed into skin. Okay. Middle layer is formed into various organs, kidney and everything. So basically he too followed those kind of organs. He used those kind of organs to classify people into endomorphy, mesomorphy and ectomorphy. So here he defined endomorphy strict characteristics. So strict characteristics. If a person possesses these kind of strict characteristics, that we call as a endomorphy. So mesomorphy too, he defined in a strict characteristics in manner. Ectomorphy also. So those people who fall under in between these categories, he created a scale. Okay. First we will see one by one. Then we will go to the what is this scale and everything. So endomorphy means body parts are soft and round. Soft and round body parts. Okay, first character. So head is round. Head is round. Third one is abdomen is fatty or flat. Abdomen is flat. And third one is arms and legs are weak and fatty. Arms and legs are weak and fatty. So weak and fatty. So upper arms and thighs also. Upper arms and thighs also weak and fatty. So weak and fatty. Less linearity, less masculine. So less linearity and less masculine. So that means predominant disposing of the deposition of the fat in various organs. So the body is round in nature rather than linear or shoulder. So round body, okay, head is also round, abdomen is flat. So arms and legs are fatty disposal. So upper arms and thighs also fatty disposal, less linearity and less masculine. So means wherever, that means it's kind of rugged surface. There is linear means everything is if sometimes there is a fat and again fat decreasing, fat increasing, that we call as a less linearity. So fat is uniformly distributed, that we call as a linearity. So if you take the arm, if this is the arm, so this is how various fat is accumulated beneath the skin. So this kind of rugged surface come into being. Other one is nothing but a skin surface and linearly distributed fat. So this we call as a linearity. Okay, less linearity means it's kind of rugged surface. So because of more fat disposal in the legs, arms, abdomen, okay, these are all the things. And bodily parts are, if you take body is a round, head is a round, head is a rectangular. Okay, so head is a oval also. So this is how head regions also classified. So these kind of heads we will observe in the Chinese people, Japanese people. These kind of heads, Chinese and Japanese. So these we can see Europeans. So these we can see in Africans, Indians, these kind of different region, different kind of heads are there. So these people, endomorphic people are generally have head region is round region. Abdomen is, so abdomen, a person's abdomen may like, it's a linear. Okay, some person's abdomen is like a, this kind of abdomen is present, because in 40s, 50s, we will observe every male has a abdomen increases. So linear abdomen. So linear abdomen. So fatty abdomen. Okay, flat and no, fatty abdomen. So this is how different characteristics are present for each bodily organ. So these are all endogamy, endomorphy. So if you go to the, ectomorphy is opposite. So ectomorphy is completely opposite. So linearity. If it is the soft and round, it is the linearity. So linearity of the body. Okay. So face is thin. So face region is thin. Okay. If you see the forehead is high. So forehead is high. So I have to teach all the anatomy. So somewhere else I will teach. Forehead region is the thin region. Next, chin is receding. Chin is receding. Next, chest and abdomen is thin and narrow. Chest and abdomen. Thin and narrow. Thin and narrow. So less fatty, less muscularity. So less fat and less muscularity. Less fat and less muscularity. So these are all the characteristics of ectomorphy. So linearity means, so the fat is evenly distributed beneath the skin. So sometimes heavy fat concentration, sometimes less fat concentration, that gives irregularity. So linearity means the same fat is distributed all over the beneath the skin in the same level or same amount, same layer. So that we call as a linearity. So the person is linearity. So face is thin means what? So face is thin means it's kind of cheekbones. So less muscle is present in the face. That's why it comes as a thin face. Thick face means broad. Broad means more deposition of the fat or more muscle in the facial region. It looks like a broad, chubby kind of thing. So if there is no much muscle and fat inside the face region, it appears like a thin face. So forehead region is high. So if you observe, so if this is the human figure, if you observe, so here you can see the forehead region is absent. In another case, the forehead region is might like this. So here you can see, here forehead region is higher. Okay, here forehead region is receding. Okay, here forehead region is generally receding. So the here forehead region is generally receding. So here forehead region is higher. This is forehead. Here forehead region is receding back rather than vertical. It is receding back. So here chin is extending forward. Here chin is extending backward. So here you can see chin is receding. That means this is the way. Receding is backward. Chin is prominently present means here chin is coming downward. So that's why we can touch that chin. But here chin is completely receding back means we cannot observe the presence of chin region. Understand? So this ectomorphic people are basically linear, face is thin, forehead region is high, and chin is receding, chest and abdomen are thin because of evenly presence of the fat. So less fatty and less muscularity. If more fat means somewhere else it has to be deposit. If less fat is present, the fat is evenly distributed all over the body, that persons are look like a thin persons. Okay, so thin persons. So this we call as a ectomorphy. So endomorphy means round and fatty people. Understand? Ectomorphy means long, linear, thin people. So mesomorphy means they come under in between. So bony and muscular. So bony and muscular. So we can compare these persons are athletics in the Christopher classification, bony and muscular. And next one is heavy coarse physique with rectangular contour. Heavy coarse physique with rectangular contour. So rectangular contour. Third one is head is massive and cubical. So massive and cubical head. So massive and cubical head. Shoulders and chest are broad. Shoulders and chest broad. And one more character is so less fat and less linearity. So less fat and less linearity. So these are all the characteristics of mesomorphy. So according to Sheldon, so basic somatotypes are endomorphy, mesomorphy, ectomorphy. So bony and muscular means predominance of bony. When we touch that person's body, so bones are immediately touched. But here fat and softness touch. Okay, here bony touch. And heavy and coarse physique with rectangular contour. So if you take this kind of physique, this person has this kind of rectangular contour. So these kind of rectangular contours are present. Okay. So another one, if you take, so this kind of thin, linear and thin is there. Rectangular, linear and thin. And if you take the third one also, fatty person. So fatty person, round. Okay. Too much of fat on the body and everything, fat and everything, every legs and everything. So this kind of fatty person. So this is how different somatotypes are observed by the Sheldon. So these are all the basic. So these are all the basic somatotypes. So basic somatotypes. Okay. So this race and racism, we will explain all these physical characteristics in the entire biological anthropology. So we will observe this kind of characteristics more and more. So now what is this scale? So by going this logic, so E2 classified human physique and somatotype into 3 types. But how it is somewhat more accepted? So how it is somewhat more accepted means, so he devised a scale of 3 indices. So first one is endomorphy. Here the value is endomorphy. Second one is mesomorphy. Third one is ectomorphy. Ectomorphy. So this we call as a 3-digit scale. 3-digit scale. Okay. So here in each digit, so each digit minimum value is 1, maximum value is 7. Minimum value is 1, maximum value is 7. That means in this digit we can put from 1 value to 7 value. In this digit also we can put 1 value to 7 value. In this also we can put 1 value to 7 value. For suppose if a person has purely endomorphic, okay, purely endomorphic means here the maximum value we have tried 7. So that means other mesomorphic as well as the ectomorphic characteristics are 0. That means here we have to write least value. Mesomorphic is 1 and ectomorphic is 1. Why? Because in this digits we can write only minimum value 1. That means a person is purely endomorphic. Purely endomorphic means all the digits. That is maximum number we have to give for the endomorphy and lesser minimum values to be given for the mesomorphy and ectomorphy. And if a person is purely, that means this scale value is 7, 1, 1. So if you go to the mesomorphy, what is the value? All the characteristics are mesomorphy. That means maximum value we have to provide on the mesomorphy and remaining are nominal 1, 1. So that means this scale is 1, 7, 1. And third one is ectomorphy. Ectomorphy means on 3 digits, ectomorphy digit we have to give maximum value, remaining things we have to give the minimum value. So this is the 1, 1, 7. So this is general. So if a person has, so maximum value, so this is one condition. In each digit, minimum value is 1, maximum value is 7. So if a digit has maximum value, then the remaining digit should be have minimum value. Understand? So if I take like a person fall under, so these 3 categories. If a person has so soft and round body parts, okay, so rectangular contour is there. If a person has thin receding, these 3 characteristics are present. That means some of the characteristics are here, some of the characteristics are here, some of the characteristics are here. So now I will write like, so the total sum of the digits, minimum 9, maximum 12. So if a person has, for suppose total characteristics are like 12 characteristics. Out of these 12 characteristics, 4 characteristics are representing like a endomorphy. 4 characteristics are representing like a mesomorphy. 4 characteristics are ectomorphy. Then the digits are like 4, 4, 4. 4, 4, 4. Now that individual has all these 3 characteristics equal in number. If a person has more endomorphy, like 5-year value, okay, so less in the mesomorphy as well as ectomorphy characteristics. So now you can see, so that means more characteristics are endomorphy. Even here also some mesomorphy, ectomorphy characteristics are present, but their numbers are very less. Understand? If a person has more ecto and less, more meso and less ecto and endo, so this is how you can write. So at any point of time, the sum should have 9 value. Okay. So now you can see the maximum value we can put as a 4, 4, 4. That is total 12. Understand? So that by going this logic, the sum minimum value 9, maximum value 12. So by we can change the digits, that kind of somatotype we can derive. So by going this one, 76 somatotypes are possible. So 76 somatotypes are possible. So this is the base. So this is the base per se. So we can define like this. A person is a endomorphy. So endomorphy. Another person is a mesomorphy. Okay. Another person is a ectomorphy. These are all the characteristics. If a person have all the characteristics similar to ectomorphy, so this is the maximum value 7. And if a person is completely ectomorphy, these values are minor. That means least values we have to give here. If a person has ectomorphic characteristics, so equal. Okay, mesomorphic characteristics are equal and endomorphic characteristics are equal. The equal number we can able to give is nothing but 4, 4. 4, 4, or else its total value is 12, maximum value, or else we can give 3, 3 also. So sum is 9. Understand? So we cannot write like 7, 2, 2. So if one of the value is 7, another value should not have more than 1. Understand? So this is how, by changing the digits at endomorphy, mesomorphy, mectomorphy, we can derive like a 76 somatotypes. So somatotypes. That means he brought a scale which can cover the more number of variations. Okay. So a person might be a ectomorphy and endomorphy. For suppose a person has only endomorphy and mesomorphy characteristics, and ectomorphy characteristics are absent. In that scenario, we can put it as a 1 value. Okay. So here, what are all the more in number? If endo is more, okay. So 5 plus 1, 6. What is the value we can give here? Up to 3 we can give minimum value. Understand? This is how a person have more endomorphy, okay, less mesomorphic characters, 0 ectomorphic characters. If a person has mesomorphic characters, ectomorphic characters, and 0 endomorphic character, that kind of somatotype also we can accommodate. Understand? So by changing these values, nearly 76 somatotypes can be possible. But in Viola, it is a 4. Okay. So in Christopher, it is a 4. But in Sheldon it is 76 mesotype, somatotypes. So somatotypes. Understand? So this is the Sheldon classification. So what are all the Sheldon classification disadvantages? So though he brought by inventing of a scale, he tried to accommodate more variations of the human physical and somatotype, but he restricted that number is 76. So the human somatotypes are more than this 76. Okay. So till it is also a discontinuous traits. So discontinuous traits, fixing like human beings are into 76 categories, but in reality there might be more than 76 categories. Understand? So he made this scale on the basis of adult male. Adult male are classified into endomorphy, mesomorphy, ectomorphy. In between this endomorphy, mesomorphy, or a person have mesomorphy, ectomorphy characters, 0 endomorphy character. A person have endomorphy, mesomorphy, ectomorphy. These 3 characters might be present. So this is how he brought this scale, or somatotypes or physics only for adult male. So only for adult male. That means this by going like so first category, second category, third, 4, 6, like that, 76 somatotypes. All these somatotypes are males only. So there is no female somatotype classification, and this is only for adult. Okay. So this adult bodily parameters in commercial level only adult. If they want to create like a textile for the children textile, so there is no indices for the children. Understand? There is no, that means gender wise, lack of age wise somatotypes. So no age wise somatotypes, age wise and gender wise somatotypes. So gender wise somatotypes. So this is the first criticism. So second criticism, so though by invention of the scale, he brought 76 somatotypes, but it is also a limited number. So limited number, there might be many more variations possible. So many more continuous variations are there. So continuous variations are there. So many more continuous variations are there. So that is the second thing. So third thing, so these values change when nutrition. So nutrition and illness. For suppose due to less nutrition, if a person received more nutrition, so that he placed under the endomorphy. But in later time, because of food shortage or some illness, he might become a, mesomorph, or he might become a ectomorph. That means this particular table could not able to track the changes associated with nutrition, environment, as well as illness. So this is the third criticism. Okay, so arbitrarily fixing the minimum and maximum value. Minimum sum of values, minimum sum of 9 value, maximum sum of values are 12. Maximum sum of 12 number. Okay, so that maximum somatotypes are restricted for only 76. So it only, so that means some other scripts is like it can be classified as a 2. So 2 somatotypes. Okay, so why, endo and ecto? Endo and ecto. So we can say one is opposite to another one. So we can take it as a 1 unit. So endo, ecto as 1 unit, meso is another unit. So simply in reality, it is only 2 somatotypes. So only opposite categories he classified as a 2 varieties. That is another criticism. So he only covered body size. So only body shape, but not the size. It is based on the body shape, fat deposition and everything, but not the height based. So these are all some major criticisms on the Sheldon's objective method. Okay, so Sheldon objective method. So the fourth one is Heath and Crater method. So Heath and Crater method tried to incorporate all these limitations. That means it should not be a 76. All variations of the human beings should come under the scale. Second thing is it should reflect the gender wise, age wise, all groups. Okay, third one, so it should incorporate the body shape, size and everything. So this is how whatever the limitations are present, this is rectified by the Heath and Carter method. So Heath and Carter method. Heath and Carter method of classification of human PGQ and somatotypes. So they too agreed the characteristics of endomorphy. So endomorphy caters. These are the two persons, Heath and Carter. They studied carefully the Sheldon method and they wanted work on the further enrichment of Sheldon method. So they agreed that endomorphic character, mesomorphic character. So mesomorphic character given by the Sheldon and ectomorphy. Okay. So but they improved the scale. The minimum value is 0. Minimum value to maximum value. So minimum value is off. And maximum value is open-ended. So minimum value is off value and only two digits are there. So one is starting value, off value, and the scale, the remaining are open-ended. Any value can be substituted. So no minimum sum of 9. Okay, no maximum sum of 12. So it can be a 20, 30, 40, 100, 200. So this is how maximum sum they extended. Minimum value, it should be of, maximum sum could be any value. That means one place we can write 7, 7, 7, or else we can write, So here, so in this Sheldon method, what is the minimum value here? Of. Maximum value 7. Understand? So they said that here minimum value is I am fixing off. Maximum value you can go 8, 9, 10. So any number you can take here. Here also you can take any number. Here also you can take any number. By going this one, okay. So by going this one, So we can bring more variations. More variation. For suppose 711 is a endomorphic. Okay, so here by removing this one, only saying that remaining is off, remaining is off. So you can take it is 8 value also, 9 value also. Here also there is no maximum value of 7. You can also put 8, 9, 10. So it is open. Any kind of number you can add. So any kind of number you can increase here. So that no minimum sum of 3 digits, no maximum sum of 3 digits. So this is how minimum value, maximum values they removed from the 3-digit scale which was developed by the Sheldon, so that it can incorporate more variations. So more variations. So this is how refinement they made. So this is the first thing they changed it to, they agreed the characteristics, but the digits associated to characteristics. So absence of any character is off, presence of any character is unlimited number. So unlimited number. Okay, so this is how they brought many things. And second thing is by incorporating the height weight ratio. Height weight ratio, it became body shape and body size. Body shape and body size, both are covered, but Sheldon covered only body shape. Body size means height. So they took the measurements of height and weight of an individuals, so that it covered the body shape and body sizes both. So they applied photoscopic. So third point, photoscopic as well as anthropometric. So anthropometric, so that it is a scientific method. So through visible eyes we can distinguish a person to person, and based on the measurements also we can distinguish. So with the statistics we can say this person is different. With our naked eye we can also say person to person differences. So that's why this table which including the photoscopic and anthropometric measurements. And third one, they took the photoscopic and anthropometric measurements based on the age wise. So based on the age wise. So age wise anthropometric data, okay, gender wise anthropometric data and anthroposcopic data. So that means their table has age column, okay, sex column, okay, if age is 1 year, male, okay, 1 year, female. So what is the height weight ratio, okay, the value, and what are all the characteristic the scale value, off and open ended. So this is how we can bring n number of variations in the human being. So second year baby, so male height weight ratio, third year baby female, second year baby female height weight ratio, the scale value. So this is how gender wise we are getting, age wise we are getting, that including infancy, childhood, adolescent as well as the adulthood for both male and female. So body shape and size and the scale value. So scale value, so that we can go n number of somatotypes. Here within this category scale values might be multiple. So this is one scale value, second scale value, third scale value. So within the first year we can observe many somatotypes in the male category, in the female category. Within the second year, in the male and female category, we can observe many somatotypes based on the multiple scaling values. So this is how it try to incorporate by putting the end value. So by removing the end value of a scale, like so minimum is 9, maximum there is no 12 value. So maximum value could be any. Understand? By removing the maximum value, it brought the many variations. So many variations, it could be applied for entire human population. So entire human population. Okay. So entire human population, this is how Heath and Crater method is very important for the exam. So here you can see that by taking the anthropometry means various bodily organs. So for suppose if you take that 10 anthropometric they considered. What are all the anthropometric means? Not only photographs, anthropometrics, they taken as 10. Height, weight, skin fold. Height is 1 parameters, weight is 1 parameters, skin folds. So skin folds are 4. So 4 skin folds. If you want, right, like triceps, subscapular. So there are 4 skin folds are there. And if you go to the another one, 2 grits. So grits values are 2. Okay. So next, so humerus and femur. So humerus and femur. Humerus and femurs. So these are all the 10 anthropometric measurements they have taken. So 2, 6, 8, 10. 10 anthropometrics plus photographs. Photographs of different individual by taking the maximum samples. So maximum sample. So earlier people they did with the very limited number of people as the samples taking their photographs. But these people covered larger samples, larger individual photographs they taken. And they correlated with the indices also, various bodily parameters, through which they prepared a scale which has the minimum value 2 on each digit. On each digit, minimum value is 2. Okay, minimum value is the half. Maximum value on each digit. Here you can start value with the half. You can write 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you can go any number. Here also you can write any number. Here also you can write any number. So that there is no minimum value of 9. Okay, maximum value of 9 of this sum of the 3 digits. So that it covered many number of variations. This is the Heath and Crater method. Understand? So if you have any doubts in this method, you can ask, I will explain. Okay. So generally what they did it is they made human somatotypes or continuous traits. Continuous traits. We cannot fix a PGQ and somatotypes. They have multiple variations. So these multiple variations are present on the 10 anthropometric measurements. So skin folds, femur, all these things. And photographs also they have taken. Second thing is they rectified, okay, they created a PGQ and somatotype table, which is for age as well as the gender. Age as well as the gender wise. So gender wise, age and gender wise, all variations. Age and gender wise, all variation. In first year, gender is male. Okay. So multiple variations within the male gender first year. So first year, female gender, multiple variations. So this is how they created a table which incorporating all somatotypes. So they made a open-ended scale. So open-ended scale by taking the minimum value is half in each digit and a maximum value is unlimited. So minimum of and maximum value on each digit. Maximum value on each digit unlimited. Okay, unlimited. So this is the third thing. So they incorporated body shape and size. Body shape and size by taking the height weight variation, height weight values. Height and weight values. Okay, so these are all the rectification from the Sheldon method. Sheldon method. So Sheldon method are rectified, but they agreed the Sheldon method characteristics of endomorphy, mesomorphy, ectomorphy. So ectomorphy, mesomorphy, and so endomorphy. So if a person is pure endomorphy in Sheldon, so then what is the value? 711. If a person is pure mesomorph in the Sheldon, 171. If a person is pure ectomorphy, 117. So total 9 minimum value, total 9. Okay, sum is 9, sum is 9. So every person, the value on the three digit is 9. Okay, so that means minimum value 9 means that person fall under endomorphy, mesomorphy, or ectomorphy. So maximum value is 12. For suppose if a person has endomorphy and mesomorphy characteristics are equal in number, so what we can write? So the scale is like, so ectomorphy characters are absent, that is one value. So equal means, so we can write like 4, 4 equal in number. 4, 4 plus 1, total value is 9. Okay, if a person has all these three equal values, if a person body has all these three equal values, 4, 4, 4, total value is 12. So we cannot put like a 5, 5, 5. It's not possible. That means maximum value is, that means 12 is the maximum amount we can get, 9 is the minimum amount. In between that, all the somatotypes are fall. So these somatotypes are 76 in number. So by removing the 7 is the maximum value on each digit. So it might be 8, 9, 10, any number we can add. They made these digits are open-ended. So when these digits are open-ended, minimum sum is not possible. Maximum sum is not possible. So when minimum and maximum are omitted, so it is go beyond the 76. So this is how it is incorporated in unlimited variations. Okay. So if one of the person value is here 8, another person value here it might be 9, another person 10. So that means there is no fixed value of the maximum digit we can apply in the endomorphy. The same apply for the mesomorphy, ectomorphy. So that any kind of variation we can show based on the age wise, gender wise, and we can, they created a separate table. Understand? So this table generally used by the various industries. So where they can use this in various industries. So applications of these somatotypes. Applications of somatotypes. So applications of somatotypes are physical in real life. So first of all, you can see, so selection and training of sports persons. So sports persons. So I will explain one by one. So next one is designing industries. So designing industries such as garments, furniture. So garment, furniture. Okay. So appliances, workplace. Appliances and workplace. So these are all tables, chairs, cloths, and everything designed based on the somato values for male and female age wise. So third one. So identification of the forensic signs. Forensic signs. So fourth one, health status. So health status. And fifth one, so somato variations with respect to ecology, where human beings are residing, ecologies, socio-economic status. So these are all the places our bodily parameters are used. So selection and training of sports person. So for suppose the bodily somatotype. Okay, bodily somatotype. So endomorphy, ectomorphy, and mesomorphy. So these three morphies are there. For suppose if you want to select a person for running sport. So running sport. So which person is more suitable? Which person is more suitable? We will analyze the characteristics of running sports. The person, so running means this is the way the person run. Okay, so fastly run towards the other area. That means air force is there. Okay, more inhalation of the lung capacity should be there. So when they are running, the breathing increases. Lung capacity has to be more. So more breathing should be able to take. At the same time, you should minimize the air friction. So air friction to be minimized, lung volume should be more to take the more breaths. So air friction is when the person is taller, air friction is very high. When a person is medium, the air friction is less. When a person is shorter, air friction is very, very less. But at the same time, shorter person could able to take short leaps. Okay, so longer person could able to take longer leaps. Longer leaps means easily they reach the target. So that means too much of tallness is air resistance. Okay, air stops that person. Too much of shorter means he has to take more time to cover the target. So in between that persons are well suited. Understand? So mesomorphic kind of persons are well suited. So first they analyze the characteristics of the sport. For suppose if a person want to weight lift, so a taller person, if he want to lift the weight, so he has to carry that weight from ground to air so much of distance. So that is not possible. That's why weightlifters are medium height or sometimes short height is there. So if some persons want to take rotation in the air, so that person, if the person is bulky body, he could not able to rotate on the air. So that means different sports require different kind of physique and somatotype. So when we have table of data, so from the table we will select the parameters or measurements or somatotypes suitable for each sport. Understand? So garments also made on the basis of in Hindu population what type of somatotypes are measured, in which linguistic group the major somatotypes are there. So every group they identify endomorphy, mesomorphy, ectomorphy, their characteristics, their height and weight, from which they made the cloths. Okay, that garments. So furniture also, chairs and tables, minimum value, maximum value, they fix that. So that chair should be suitable to sit by a minimum valued somatotype person, maximum valued somatotype person. So in that case, in between people easily fit. If minimum persons sit there, maximum person sit there, in between value people also they can sit here. So this is how the garment, furniture, appliances or workplace, workstations. If you go to the IT company, so multiple people are working on the workstations are there, each cabins are there. So this places design. So forensic science means, so forensic science, if a skeleton they retrieved, so these are all 20 marker questions. Okay, these are all 20 marker questions. So we will discuss in the chapter 12. So applications of anthropology. So nutritional application, physical and somatotype application. Okay, so we go to the genetic applications, all the biological anthropology knowledge in real time where we apply. So each question is a 20 marker question. There we will discuss. So if you go to the forensic science, so the skull metrics are differ for male and female. If in a crime site they found a skull and which is burnt, only skull is left. So only skull is left. So this skull is whether male and female or what age this skull is. So that they have to analyze to identify the criminal or this victim's age, victim's gender. So that means they have the data of skull variations. So in Hindus, what kind of skulls are there? In Telugu people, what kind of skulls are there? So in Telugu people, age-wise, the skull modifications, gender-wise skull modification, all the data this forensic people have. Based on that, the available skull size, shape, they can say it is a 10 years baby, okay, 10 years child, and the child also a female. This is how they come to the conclusion. So these are also a bodily measurements, skull measurements. If they get the femur length also varies different in different ages. Femur length also varies between the genders. That data they have. Understand? So anthropometry itself is a science heavily used by the forensic science. So itself is a specialized branch or specialized kind of discipline, anthropometry. So even dentation, skull sutures. So all we have more than 200 bones in our body. Each bone, when they grow, when they fuse, every data they have. But we did only few anatomical features, not entire, because we are not studying the anthropometry perfectly. So health status is also how height and weight. So health status means nutritional anthropology. So 5 years child. So normal health means what is the waist circumference, what is the sternum length, what is the total height. So this is that means normal healthy 5 years gall statistics, boy statistics. That means in nutritional anthropology also anthropometry heavily used. Understand? So ecology means the people living in the hot climatic conditions, colder climatic condition, high altitude people. So their bodily parameters changes while they are growing. So based on that ecological modification on the anthropometry. So socio-economic, more nutrition consumed by a upper caste people or well-educated family, that has changed in the somatotype. So this is how in various places the bodily measurements we will use. So this is bigger topic. In 12th chapter we will discuss one by one. So at the end of physics and somatotypes, so these physics and somatotype topics are heavily used in the all these areas that you can give as a conclusion. So this is all about the physics and somatotype. Okay. So purely it's kind of anthropometry. So what is anthropometry? How it enrich our knowledge in everyday application. This is the kind of question they gave in the 2 years back for 20 marker. So anthropometry means taking the measurements of human body somatotypes for each organ or each bodily part, age wise, gender wise. Understand? So it has potential application in various fields. So based on this anthropometric measurements, human beings has classified into endomorphy, mesomorphy, ectomorphy, and these are all the base from which all variations are covered by hearth and crater method. So this is how you have to write. Understand? By taking the PYQs, you will come to know that what should be right for each question. So this is all about. In nutshell, what we can say. So V-loss method. So V-loss method, it's only given as 3 values. Okay, 4, 1, mixed bracket, longy type, brachytype, so normie type, and mixed. So this is the Wheeler's method. So it was rejected because it is talking about human beings are classified into a discontinuous traits. Okay, human beings either fall in one of the category, but in reality, humans can be found in between any two categories. A person might be found in between longy type and brachy type. That in between people are many, not only one, many people are there. So those people we cannot put either in longy type or brachy type. We need a separate category. So next one is so Christopher classification. So Christopher classification. So you did like picnic, athletes, asthenic, or a dysplastic. And third one is Sheldon classification. So here he brought like endomorphy, okay, mesomorphy, and ectomorphy. These are all the base kind of somatotypes. So these base somatotypes can be varied between individual to individual. So he brought like 76. So Heath and Crater method. Heath and Crater. H-E-A-T-H. Heath and Crater. So they did the same kind of classification, but they want like all variations by putting open-ended scale. So by putting open-ended scale means avoiding minimum value of 9, avoiding maximum value of 9. Okay, when we restrict minimum and maximum value, only 76 come. If there is no minimum and maximum value, any number of combinations can be possible. Unlimited variations are coming. So this is gender variation, age variation, everything covered. So in exam point of view, these two are important. Okay, these two are important. So this very leastly they are asking because they were rejected by the anthropologists or anthropometry people. So this is all about. So after this topic, we finished the 12th, this is 10th chapter, growth and development. Maximum questions are coming from this topics only. So growth and development got over. So all the questions coming from this discussed topics only. So this is the 10th chapter. So till now we covered 9.4, okay, 11th chapter and 10th chapter. So pure genetics we will start it by tomorrow. So pure genetics means what is gene, okay, what is mutation, okay, so what are all genetic disorders, how they are inherited from the parents to children, so parents to children inheritance, okay, so what kind of genetic sequences they come into being, so this DNA technology, so DNA technology in the health and medicine. So this is the second portion, and third portion is evolution, so human evolution. So third person only we finished only general chromosome, what are all the chromosomes that led to the reproductive and demographic anthropology and growth and development. This is one part, and 12th chapter is application from all these topics. So in 9.4 we missed one topic, so intersex. So intersex, so if you go to the chromosomal study, so XX female, the gender is, so genitalia, that means she has perfectly uterus, vagina, fallopian tubes and ovaries, and she is fertile. Okay, XY, so he has testes, ovaries, testes, okay, penis, as well as perfect sperms production. So he is a normal male. So triple X, so external genitalia, so genitalia female only. Okay, so XXY, so male genitalia. Why? Because presence of the male. Y is male genitalia. So male genitalia means male penis, male testes and everything, but secondary sexual characteristics are female. By birth he is a male penis, male testis, male scrotum, but in adolescent time, so you get the secondary sexual characteristics in the form of breast development. So that means in another case XYY, so gender is male, so gender is male, okay, gigantism. So if you take these persons, so we know only one type of genitalia. So here uterus and vagina, here penis, testes, here uterus and vagina, here penis and testes, here penis and testes. Okay, so only one external genitalia present, whether they are functional or not, they are fertile or non-fertile, that is different case. Okay, so if you take some of the individual, so they have half portion is like this, is like half portion is female, half portion is male. So this is like male and this is like female. So this is both vagina present and penis present. So that means half of the female organ, half of the male organ. So this person we call as a intersex person. So two level we can distinguish intersex people. So their external genitalia, what we can observe from our naked eye. So both female organ is present, male organ is present, but in functional wise they are rudimentary. They are unable to produce sperms or ova. Okay, so only one ovary present. So normal female, two ovaries are there. Here only one ovary present. Only one test is present. Okay, they are not functional. They are not erectile. They are not menstrual cycle. But external appearance, two genitalia is present, that we call as intersex. So organ level. So if you take these individual, in an adult individual, for suppose 5 trillion cells are present in an adult individual aged at 24 years. In a 24 years adult individual, overall total cells are 5 trillion you can take. In each cell, same chromosomes are present. If that adult individual is a XX female, every cell in the 5 trillion cells have XX sex chromosomes only. In this individual, 5 trillions of cells XY only present. In this individual, all the cells have XXX only present. In this individual, all cells have XYY. Okay, double XY. In this individual, XYY. That means all the cells have whatever the fertilized egg, XX combination going to the mitosis, and every cell receives XX only. Okay, every cell receives XX only. So the same it goes on for 5 trillions of cells. So if an individual has 5 trillions of cells, okay, some cells are like XX, okay, 2.5 trillion cells are XX, okay, 2 trillion cells are like XY. In a same individual, 2 cell lines are present. 2 cell lines are present. That situation we call as a intersex. Okay, so one is organ level, another one is cellular level, third one is bodily characteristics. So bodily characteristics. Bodily characteristics. External genitalia is female. So vagina is there, uterus is there. Okay, but the body is like a male kind of muscled body. So here all the cells are double X. In an individual, all the cells are double X. So normal ovary is there, normal uterus is there, everything normal, female only. But the muscled body is there for that female. So that we call as a intersex. Generally, female body means so flexible, soft, these kind of things are there. If a muscled body like male, that is a intersex. So this kind of classification we can call as a hermaphrodites. True hermaphrodites. True hermaphrodites and pseudo hermaphrodites. So the topic name is intersex or hermaphrodites. Hermaphrodites. So if you take the hermaphrodites, best example is like a frog. Frog has male organ, female organ in its in a single frog, male and female organs both are present. Two hermaphrodite means an individual possessed both male organ and female organ. Female organ. Understand? So that means female organ is given by XX. Male organ is given by XY. That means in an individual, in an adult individual, some cells are XX, some cells are XY. Okay. So that means here pseudo hermaphrodites, gender is male, all cells are XY only, in body all cells are XY, but female kind of soft body. Female soft body. So organ is okay, male organ. Okay, gender is male because male organ is there. But all the cells have XY. But body appears like a female soft body. Okay, the third one is gender female. So gender female, that means perfect vagina, uterus and everything. So all cells have XX cells only. But here masculinity present. So masculinity present just like a male masculinity present. So here in an individual, both XX and XY present. Here in an individual, all the cells are XY, all the cells are XX, but not two lines are present. Here two cell lines are present, two gender lines. Two gender lines are present. Here only one gender line present, but opposite gender characteristics they acquire. So how it is possible? That mechanism I will show you. So true hermaphrodite means those persons who have external male and female genitalia. So it happens So now you are familiar about the non-disjunction. So non-disjunction. So non-disjunction means the spindle fiber, one is stronger, another one is weaker, that take away the two cells towards that. Okay, that chromosomes. So now this is the fertilized egg. So fertilized egg, this is the egg and this is the sperm. So this is the sperm. So egg carries X chromosome. Okay. So sperm carries either X or Y. It can be X or Y. In case you can take it as a Y. Understand? So Y fertilized. That means what is the fertilized egg here? XY. XY. It should undergo mitosis. So mitosis. Okay. So that then here one daughter cell come, here one daughter cell come.
Not audible, sir.
Right? So now we come to know that. So this is how 4,000 cells are there in a fertilized egg, and it is going to be formed into a embryo. So before embryo undergo for the regionalization. So regionalization means formation of the various organs, and that led to the miniature human being, formation of the miniature human being. That means initially it is a mass of mitosis divided cells. So those are all 4,000 in number. Out of these 4,000 cells, some are XX, some are XY. So when regionalization happened, some of the cells go for the brain region, some of the cells go for the heart region, some of the cells go for the lungs, some of the cells digestive system, some of the cells reproductive system. Like in 4,000 cells, like 100 or 200 cells are for brain, or 100 cells for heart, okay, 3,000 cells for lungs, okay, this is how 400 cells for digestive system. So this is how all the cells go and they fixed in the position. These cells are gradually developed into ovaries or testes in normal time. Okay, so it is a heart, it is a digestive system. Okay, this is a lungs. So this is a brain, and over a period skulls are developed. This is the miniature human being coming to being. So for suppose for reproductive system formation, like 300 cells are gone. These 300 cells contain some XX, some XY. Because in the 4,000 cells, half of the cells are XX, half of the cells are XY. Overall 300 cells are divided, given for the reproductive system, which has XX and XY. So if they have these 300 cells are XX, perfectly they develop a female reproductive organ. If 300 cells are XY, perfectly they develop the male reproductive organ. Because all these cells has male and female chromosomes are there. Then some of the cells develop ovaries and vagina, some of the cells develop testes. So thereby this person has, because one is dominating over the another, so no two testes possible, no two ovaries possible. So both are incompletely formed. Thereby half vagina, half testes, half penis. This is how both sexes are, both genitalia are present in an individual. Understand? Because it is not related to the somato body. Anything happened in the reproductive system, the individual survives. But anything happened in the somato organs such as heart, liver, kidney, brain, that individual never survive. So somato cells problem is different, but sex variation they can survive. Understand? The person born with two genitalia, two rudimentary genitalia. So two rudimentary genitalia. So this is how intersex coming to being. So intersex is happened in a male fertilized egg. In a male fertilized egg, that means if a fertilized egg is male, and during the initial cell division, so initial cell division after fertilization, if non-disjunction occurred, if non-disjunction occurred, so the cells they produce two lines, XX, XY, and these cells further through mitosis they produce millions of copies, and these cells undergo regionalization and they bring the female reproductive organs, male reproductive organs in the same person. Understand? But here female has different heart, male has no different heart, both are same heart. That's why one heart only develop. One lung is same in the male and female. So that's why remaining, except sex chromosomes, remaining chromosomes are same in male and female. They design the same kind of somato body from brain to remaining areas. So these two cell lines have no problem. But these two cell lines causing problem when reproductive organs formation. Understand? So this is how intersex are coming to being. So they are infertile. Okay, they are infertile, no menstrual cycle, no sperms production, no ova production. So they survive. Okay, lifespan is normal. So lifespan normal, but they cannot be a parents. They cannot get the sexual activity and everything. So this we call as a generally ISRAS. Okay, so double XY Klinefelter. Okay, so this persons also we call as a cross genders or transgenders. So transgender or bisexual. So bisexual means they have both sex organs. This is how we pronounce. So that means intersex. True hermaphrodite means in an individual human being, both genders are present due to two different cell lines from the fertilized egg. So from the fertilized egg. So before embryo formation, if two cell lines are present due to non-disjunction, that individual acquire two external genitalia. But in another case, pseudo hermaphrodite means a person born with a female. Okay, a person born with a female. So born with a female, absolutely fine. She has XX female organ. Okay, soft body and everything. Okay, she reached to the adolescent. Suddenly she met a accident while road crossing and her bones got fractured. It requires a bone transplantation. Or she got like a bone cancer something. It requires a bone transplantation. So here bone transplantation, instead of using another female gender, the bone marrow used was the male bone marrow. So male bone marrow replaced in the female body. Then this bone marrow produces some kind of red blood, RBCs and everything. So this RBCs have, because it is a male, XY RBCs only it produces, but entire remaining body of the female has XX cells only. Understand? So in this case, this female has, after bone marrow transplantation, gradually XY cells also starts to present in the female body, but majority cells are XX only. Understand? So now in this case, because she present the two cell lines, we call as a pseudo hermaphrodite. So why not true hermaphrodite? True hermaphrodite means she should have two sex organs, or individual have two sex organs, but already she born during the embryo stage, regionalization happened, organs formed, organs also matured. If newly entered cells, it cannot cause any new organs development. Understand? So only nominal present of the XY is present, but they cannot bring a change in the anatomy or organs. So in this case, they are pseudo hermaphrodite. Understand? So in another case, so while this individual is present inside the mother's womb. Okay, so mother's womb, that individual is present as a fetus. So this fetus has already developed organs, but through placenta, so mother's androgen hormones. So mother's androgen hormones are entered through placenta into the baby. So this baby already has external genitalia developed into female, but this androgen hormone causes the masculine development. So masculine development, when the baby born, the baby physically look like a male, but every cell is XX. Okay, genitalia is female. In this case also, that female is a pseudo hermaphrodite, because no two organs, genitalia is female, the cells are XX, but body is somewhat muzzled one, look like a male. So this is called pseudo hermaphrodite. So presence of the cells, but not the two organs. Okay, so no, only one cell, because of the hormones, the body look like a muzzled one. Okay, if mother undergoes any steroids administration, during the pregnancy, this is steroids causing the masculinity development in the fetus. Fetus has same cells, XX, but fetus has genitalia same, but because of hormonal activity, the muscle became stronger, look like a male. So in this case, she is a not intersex, it is a pseudo hermaphrodite. So female looks like a male. Understand? So the same applicable for the male also. Male in his 25 years or 20 years, the boy met an accident. She received like a blood transfusion, bone marrow transfusion of the female. That individual body circulated by a female XX cells also, but they won't cause any change in the organs. So this is true hermaphrodite, pseudo hermaphrodite of the male. In another case, so while the baby is in fetus, the baby is a male, but due to more estrogen and progesterone hormone circulation in the fetus is baby boy, but the more under the influence of mothers, so estrogen and progesterone hormone, so the baby grown into a soft tissue, so soft tissue rather than a muzzled body. That situation we call as a baby boy look like a female soft tissue boy, girl. So this is how pseudo hermaphrodites come into being. So intersex means you have to write. So not only that, any other reasons like gonads malformation. Okay, gonads malformation also. So due to some kind of disorders, in a female, the ovaries or uterus or vagina are malformed due to disorder. Okay, and it looks like a male. In that situation also we call it as a pseudo hermaphrodite. Any disjunction of testes or penis, or it looks like a female in nature. In that external genitalia looks like a female. That penis as well as the scrotum, they attach it together and it looks like a some kind of hollow, or it looks like a female. So because of that also we call it as a pseudo hermaphrodite. Okay, pseudo hermaphrodite. So that means visualization. A male organs look like a female organs look like a male due to abnormalities in the development or growth. So that visualization also generally we call as a pseudo hermaphrodite. So pseudo hermaphrodites are coming to being, so due to gender transfusions. So transfusion of the blood, transfusion of the transplantation of the bone marrow, or transplantation of the any organ of a female into male, male into a female. So pseudo hermaphrodites come into being. So second case, so male hormones impact on the baby boy in fetus time. Okay, so male hormone impact on the baby girl in fetus time. So their bodies look like a opposite gender bodies. Third one, rudimentary formation. So rudimentary formation of the external genitalia due to some illness or genetic disorders. So genetic disorders such as any kind of mutation or genetic disorder or any kind of stress during the regionalization. So the ovaries look like a bigger and extended, clitoris look like a, so clitoris look like a extended penis. So here she is female but looks like a male penis. So this is malformed in the female. That case also a pseudo hermaphrodites. Okay, some male they look like a whole kind of thing, and they look like a female kind of genitalia, though they are male due to malformation. In this situation also they called as a pseudo hermaphrodites. So true hermaphrodite means it should be before fertilized egg, before regionalization it should develop two lines. So XX and XY should be cells to be present in an fertilized egg before regionalization, and it brought into development of both vagina and testis in the same individual. That is true hermaphrodite. So it is like a gender is fixed, but the body appears like opposite person. So every cell has the same XX and XY, XX or XY, but the body looks like opposite person. So true hermaphrodite means before regionalization they have both gender cells through which both organs develop in an individual, that we call as a true hermaphrodite or intersex. So this is the intersex topic. So if you have any doubts, you can let me know. So tomorrow I will start like what is gene and everything. So like 15 classes, almost 15 classes are required for these gene related topics. And after that, evolution requires 20 classes. So then we will complete entire physical anthropology. So if you have any doubts, you can let me know. First, you try to read and understand. If you are getting any doubts, I will resolve one by one. So because you both are fresher, you don't take that much stress, but consistently you read this subject. Once you got the clarity, then we will start practicing writing also. Then you will become a ranker. Okay, if you have any doubts, you can let me know. Otherwise, we'll stop. So which topic you are getting confusion? Is it physical and somatotype or is it related to intersex? Which topic you need further elaboration? Physical and somatotype or intersex? So they are static data. Okay, the somatotype is a static data. How each person classified human beings. So intersex is very easy. Okay. So do you want to continue now or we will discuss tomorrow? So we will discuss one more time intertext tomorrow. Okay, you don't need to worry.